Hello everyone, it's RacerPlanet ZX1 and I'm back again doing another revision of one of my former videos. In this video I'm going to be doing a revised version of how to use the Codebreaker for the PlayStation 2. This was one of my earlier videos. I had shot it in around about 2010. And I thought, you know, instead of having to upload the original footage with all the crappiness and everything, why don't we just redo it and make it better? And this one, I'll just go through these selections pretty quickly. Start game is pretty much definitive. It means you'll start the game with the cheats that you selected. Selected cheats is the menu where you go and get the cheats for the game that you're looking for. And then pretty much when you're in there, you just activates the one you want, and there you go. Device manager manages the devices, mostly for saves on your memory card or putting saves onto a memory card via the USB. I cannot confirm if Codebreaker chat still works. My best guess is that it probably does no longer work, but if anyone does still use it and does know that it works, please feel free to correct me. Options is just where you configure the settings of the device itself. And then finally, day one was the service that Codebreaker offered where you could put an entire code list for one game onto a USB device and add them over so that you didn't have to manually put them all into the select cheats option. It was kind of useful, but of course it did take up quite a hefty amount of space on your memory card. So if you probably would have wanted to have a bigger memory card if you were really going to do that constantly. Now, in the previous video, I had showed cheat codes for Gran Turismo 4. This time, I'm going to change it up a bit. I'm going to use them for Need for Speed Most Wanted, the original black box made version. The very interesting thing about this game that I'm going to show you today is that it's actually not the original version. I actually had to get cheats. I had to put them in myself for this specific version. The reason is because I'm guessing this was either part of a limited run or a special bundle pack, because this is actually not the original copy of the game that was released in November of 2005. This version of the disc, I don't think you could see it too well. You probably won't, but the year says 2006 on it and not 2005. I'm guessing maybe this was part of a special package with other Need for Speed titles or a short run just before they relabeled it as Greatest Hits title. Pretty much, I had to get cheat codes for that version because none of the other ones that came with this disc, it didn't have it for the version I had. I tried it for the other ones and they didn't work. Yeah, I'm just going to go to the select cheats and we're going to go down to that game. A bit of a tip is, of course, you just hold down and it will scroll down. You hold up, it will scroll up. If you press L1 and R1, it will scroll you down a bit faster. If you do L2, R2, it will scroll you by letter. So I usually do by letter because it's usually very fast. So we want to go back a little bit up. Oh, there it is. There it is, Need for Speed Most Wanted. It says, I put it as version 1.1/GH, which stands for Greatest Hits. These are the codes I put myself, and let's go in. So here are all the codes that I've added. I got Enable Code, Infinite Cash, Max Cash, have all blacklist completed, Max Bounty Gain, specific amount of money per race, buying cars does not decrease cash, buying cars increases cash, Max Infinite NOS, Super NOS Acceleration, Ultra NOS Acceleration, and Infinite Speed Breaker. I'm not going to change any of the codes I'm using. These will be the codes that I will be using for the video. And just to quickly show you how to add a new code, you just press the circle button and then you can just put whatever name you want for it. And it will appear right there. It will appear lower down the list. You always want to go to the bottom whenever you add a new cheat. And then, of course, to just add the entries for the code, you press right to go into the values. You just press R again, and then you get the idea. You just do that, and there you go. That would be the code. Of course, I'm not going to use that because it might screw up the game. So if you want to ever delete a code, you just press triangle, and then you press X to confirm. If you want to edit a current code, all you got to do is press square on the code. If you press it on the actual name, you can edit its name. If you press right to go to the value, if you press square, you can just edit the code's value. You could cancel that by pressing circle, but to go back, you just press left on the D-pad. And then you could also press left to go back to the games list. And then, of course, to get into it, you press right. And there you have it. That's just these simple functions. So you press start. If it asks that changes have been made, do you want to save? You press X for yes or triangle for no. I'm not going to save the changes because there isn't really any major changes I've done, so I'm going to just press no. It'll take you back to the menu after you press start. Now we got the option to start the game. So I'm going to do that, and it'll say please insert game, then press X to continue. I have an original PS2, so it auto ejected the tray, so I am going to go and do that real quickly. Okay, disc is in, and now that that's done, I'm just going to press X to continue. The disc will re-eject itself back in. I could manually do it too and then press X, but I just thought I'd show you that. And it's just going to start the game up in just a bit. Right, so I apologize for the jump cut that you just might have seen. In the original footage that I had done that went alongside the Codebreaker when I was putting it in the game, I was not very satisfied with it, so I thought it should be redone. So I'm just going to show it off here on the money and the bounty, which I'll go to the career mode and show. It might be a bit bright, so you might not be able to read the font, but it does say I have over 100 million bounty and almost 100 million cash, which is pretty much max. So that's that part quickly out of the way. Now I'm just going to go to the quick race to do the nitrous and speedbreaker with not that Audi, because that is hideous. That's better. So I'm just pretty much gonna quickly show off the nitrous. If you notice, it's acting like a centipede over there, where the nitrous is just going back and forth, but it is infinite. You will never suddenly stop without nitrous. I can guarantee that. And if you do notice, the car is going quite fast. And as for the speedbreaker is working perfectly. The meter is not going down whatsoever. It remains infinite. So there you go. That's how you use the Codebreaker for being able to cheat, especially through your games if you're having trouble beating the games, or if you just want to have fun with it. Anyways, I hope this helped for people who are struggling on how to use Codebreaker or figuring out on how to use it. And if there's any other further questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments. Anyways, thanks for watching, and expect more videos in the future.